Wam wam wam. Wam wam wam. Ram 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 ram. Ram 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 ram. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. Hum, 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 hum. Hum, 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 hum. Hum, 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 hum. Hum, 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 hum.
Shri Nirmala Deve Namo Namah. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Sahasrar Swamini Moksha Pradayini Mataji Shri Nirmala Deve Namo Namah. Shri Nirmala Deve Namo Namah. Shri Nirmala Deve Namo Namah.
This I have been trying to find out. This is the reason. You are not connected. That's why nothing is recorded. Why the people are so insincere. This I have been trying to find out. Why they are not sincere with themselves. What is the reason? The reason is very simple now. I find that our inner being, which is the genuine being, which is ourselves, has got another covering, perhaps a very thin covering, or in some people it doesn't exist, is the superficial, is the artificial being. And now, when ego starts bloating, this artificial being starts separating from the genuine being. And the more you have the sensations of the ego, then there's this buffer of the ego keeps you away from the genuine being. So you believe in Sahaja, you believe in Mother, you believe in everything, but you do not feel from within yourself that uh, this is a part and parcel of your being. The reason is your superficial being is active and your genuine being is lost in the weight, with the weight of your ego. And the distance is so much that when you do something in Sahaja Yoga also, it is not from your heart. And that's why I've seen people, I ask them, how are you? They'll say, I'm going still up and down. I said, still going up and down means what? Because they don't do it from their heart, because they've lost their heart. When you start playing games, when you say, what's wrong? Immediately there's one blow comes into the blow of air comes into the ego, and then again you go away from yourself. Like that, you go on separating, and the whole thing is a very artificial being within you which acts, and the genuine being within you is lost. So, what you have to do is to pray through your heart. You have to say, Mother, be in my heart. Do everything from your heart. If you start doing from your heart, then this cloud of ego will disappear. So try to do everything from your heart. Say mantras of the heart. Try to open your heart and don't live on this artificial level. Because many people talk so much about Sahajo. They say that they are great Sahajogis. They are so bumptious. They go on giving lectures on Sahajoga, expressing themselves. I used to think, how is it possible once the spirit is awakened? With the spirit, they see within themselves that there are two beings. They are the superficial being and the real being. And they'll start wondering, why am I being superficial? They see that, but they cannot identify with the real being. So I would say that you must say the mantra of the heart, saying that, Mother, be in my heart, stay in my heart. Let me love you from my heart. Uh, when you look at the photograph, put all your heart on the photograph. Take the photograph to your heart. If you start doing like this, then only you will reach that depth where your genuine being is. Otherwise, you are lost. You don't know why it is happening so superficially. You can do it. Then another thing could be that if you are very much conditioned, you have a superego, that's another balloon. That can also be covering your heart, and you could be with something that is not your genuine being, is an artificial being. And you may be talking like a bhoot, or you may be talking like a person who is not yourself. And then you will start thinking, what is this? I didn't want to say this, but I did it. I should not have done this, but I've done it. Because you're so conditioned with the bhoot style of talking that you will go on repeating that bhoot style. You'll go on repeating that wrong type of a thing which you should not talk. You may regret about it, but it will go on coming back to you, and you'll be shocked at yourself. How did I do it? Why should I have done it? But the reason is you are not genuine. You are talking through something that is not yourself. So to overcome even the conditionings of those, of the styles you have learned of talking, the styles of living, the styles of your dealing with others should be given up completely. But how? Unless and until you do it from your heart, it cannot change. So go back to your heart, become genuine. Then you'll be surprised at that level, all human beings are the same. But the genuineness is very, very rare these days in the Western mind. The second thing I have discovered to my shock, that they are very disintegrated people. There's no integration. Like I heard of a great scientist who had one wife, who had a love affair with another woman, and he used to sleep with third woman. So must be an absurd personality. But it is not absurd for a Western mind. It's quite common. They don't mind. What's wrong in this kind of a thing? Because they're disintegrated. Their heart is not with their mind. Mind is not with their liver. So one lady cooks for their liver, another one sleeps with him, looks after the physical pleasures, and the third one is the one who gives him a mental, emotional feeling. That's how he lives with three personalities. You can live with six personalities. You can live with any number of personalities. But then you are frittered away. You are broken. And then you ask them any question, they will say, I'm confused. That's the sign of a person who is not aware. But according to them, that is the sign of a person who is very aware. So these absurd ideas of modern times must be given up, and you must speak from your heart. You must do everything from your heart. Then you will be genuine. Because I've seen people who do not mean bad, but they do it because they are habituated like that. They have a habit to do like that, so they go on. To overcome your habit, you must go to your heart, because the spirit has no habits. It's so genuine, and it can only express itself fully through your genuine self. But the poor genuine self is completely suppressed by your ego or by your conditioning. So now, after coming to Sahaja Yoga, you are not French, you are not English, you are not Indians, nor you are egoistical, nor you are ego, because to believe that you are something itself is a mental projection. You are the spirit born of the Holy Ghost. So you must remember, to be genuine is most important for every Sahaja. The spirit is the source of joy. I am the source of joy too. So if you put me in your heart, then the source of joy is in your heart. The trouble is, you do not put me in your heart, and you just want to see that I'm there, and just to mentally feel that, oh, mother has come to my house, or mother, I was with mother, I can give her flowers, or I can give her fruits, or I can do for her this. This is all again mental satisfaction. Am I in your heart, or you are doing outside, is the point you should find out. If you put in me in your heart, then because I'm the source of peace, I'm the source of joy, I am the source of all the beautiful things that you could think of, you will have them. Because you have not put me in your heart, what can I do? I don't think I've ever been so shameless as this. God is listening to me from the heart, very seriously, and can now know that I'm speaking to her. All right? You didn't tell me now, so what should be? So the Western mind is such that it must create a problem, busy with that. The same mind can give a solution, but the same mind is busy creating problems. Say you tell them this is to be done. The problem is immediately like, I mean, a person who is paying a lot of money for his insurance, a lot of it, you tell him that you cannot uh, pay so much if you cannot recover it any time. Or if you tell him that now this has happened to in your family, this thing has happened, why don't you claim it? Immediately it'll come out. Problem is like that. They are against themselves all the time. This is the Western mind. And I've seen Indians take to it like that. So if Indians can take to it, so imagine how you are indulging into it. Even you pressurize them, their minds also. Normally it is the solution is to be found. And that's why the brains of people are confused. They are anti themselves, all the time fighting themselves for nothing at all. Like you have to go from here to station, a simple thing. Now go, take a train or take a bus, whatever it is, see and get to it and go to the station. Finished. No. The problem is you may not get this thing. I think today is this time. At this time there may not be available. Then the mind will say, all right, even if you get it, it may go half it. How do you know? Sitting down here. And then another person gives a positive solution like him, say. Another will come out with a double problems to you. So you will go on, you see, giving solutions, they'll bringing out problems, nothing will work. Then you will be tired. They sit down. Everybody sits like that. What is there to be tired? Because you think too much about the problems. This is so, this is so. And then you go to individuals. Always I've seen. You never see to the collective. Always to this fellow has run away. That fellow has no job. That fellow, under these circumstances, the solution is you cannot have an ashram. It's like the question we used to have in our mathematics like this, that if work has started, one fellow came, he did work for 1 day and ran away. Second fellow came, he worked for 3 days and he fell sick. Fourth day came and he came up to a point and then he decided to go away. So when will the work be over? Never. If you have such escapist and people who are on the run, how can you finish the work? No question, they cannot finish the work. And that is what exactly it is happening with all of you. Is this that one person will give a solution, another will give problems. Then that person comes upon that person, oh, this is the thing. Now the problem is, now the word problem should go away from the mouth of Sahaja. That one decision should be taken. No problem. Doesn't exist. God is with us. Why should there be any problem? And when you go on like this, your mind starts working, nothing will work out. I've seen it happening in my own life. I've seen these things happening like this, that people who just start with the problems, also God says, all right, have some problems. You want to have them. You are such yogis. How can there be any problem for you? And that's how all your powers are cut down, all your dimensions are cut down, and you cannot do anything about it. So let the mind tell it to stop. What can you do? Ask yourself, what can you do? What have you achieved so far? Just stop it. Things will work out. It's like blessings will come. That's how you stop. Between the two, poor fellow who is trying to give solution is dead, and the one who gives problems is dead. So whom do you give the blessings? To the dead? What's the use of giving blessings to people who are already half dead, who cannot even breathe properly? Now the question he asked me was in the nature of an inquiry of a person who wants to find out what is the proof that there is God. How are we to convince people what is God? That we have to achieve something as far as God is concerned? How are we to convince them that we have got all these centers within us and that you have to achieve that realization? Then also, how are we to prove to others that you have achieved your realization? This is the question which everyone who is not yet a fully Sahajogi would feel and ask you questions, and you should have answers to it. The first and foremost question is, how do we prove that there is God? Because you assume that there is God, because somebody has said there is God. Now, what are the ways of proving this, that there is God? So we have to attack the question first from the reasoning point of view, that we should be able to tell people that there is God through reason, not through experiencing, because they have to be prepared for it. There will be many who really do not believe in God, but just out of fashion, they are saying, all right, we accept, because they want to keep a peace and a compromise. But how you start about convincing them rationally? Perhaps I spoke in one of my lectures, if you have that. I don't know if you have got it. But we can prove it, the existence of God. You may call him God or nature or whatever it is, from many points of view. For example, in short, we can say there are many scientific things we cannot explain. We cannot explain how the periodic laws were established without somebody being there. Periodic laws of chemical substances or the elements that exist on this earth is so regular and so properly plotted down that you can see there must be some plotter. Otherwise, it cannot be done. I mean, if you want to avoid it, you can avoid it, but there must be someone. Say we come in this room and find everything properly organized, lit up, and we should know there must be somebody who has done it. Then a very good example is given by a very good French biologist. He says that if you use law of chance, the law of chance states that if you have got 50 red pebbles and 50 white pebbles put in a jar, and if you shake that jar, it goes into a chaotic condition. And the distribution of these pebbles is in a chaotic way. To bring them back to their normal condition of having the red on one side and the white on the other side, you go on shaking it as many times as you like. And they have found out that there's minimum of minimum, so many times it has to be done. Otherwise, it cannot be worked out. This is all done by chance. See, by chance, when it has to come to normal condition, how many chances you have to take? There's a certain amount of a formula, something raised to power n, call it n. So, as a biologist, he tried to calculate that if matter has to become living, then to get to that density, how many years are required by the law of chance to bring forth a living cell, one cell. And he found out that billions and billions and billions of years, if this law of chance works out, then only one unicellular animal can be created. But in this short time, from when the earth seceded from the sun and then cooled down, and then life came into being, then human beings were created who are very complicated. It is such a short time compared to that time which is required by chance that he has proved mathematically that it is an impossibility, it cannot happen. It is that fantastic. This is a scientific, very good proof of a biologist that there is somebody, a juggler, who is doing that job. You may call him God, you may call him nature, whatever it is, but the nature thinks. People like Jung have proved the existence of collective consciousness, the existence of unconscious, which gives us dreams through which we get universal symbols all over the world, whether we are in India or in England or anywhere. The symbols are the same, and he has done experiments with thousands of people. On the medical science also one can say, as you know, that one of the arguments we put in for is that acetylcholine and adrenaline, which are two chemicals, when they are in the body, human body, they act very arbitrarily. Means they have to augment, mean to contract or to relax. Those who relax must relax, and those who have to contract must contract. But those who are supposed to be contracting relax, while those who are supposed to be relaxing contract. So they have not been able to explain, and they have written, all of the doctors, they say that the mode of conduct of these chemicals in the body one cannot say. Another thing is that one of the very, very important arguments that people have given is this, that supposing a foreign body goes inside the human body, then always the tendency is to throw it out as soon as possible. Supposing something goes into your throat, you will cough out. Something goes in the blood, they will try to throw it away. That's the system it is. But when the fetus is formed in the body, then not only it is kept there, it is nurtured, looked after, and thrown out at the right time. How can you explain that? There are 1,001 explanations people have tried to give, but none of them are satisfactory. Then this earth is spinning with such a speed, and we are kept glued to this earth, we never even feel the speed. And so many things like that people have been able to say, and so many scientists have felt that there is some force which is beyond us, which is very dynamic, which acts in such dynamic ways that we cannot explain. So we come to a point where we tell people that there is some force which we have to discover. Now, then as Sahaja Yogis, you can say that this hankering to seek, after a certain level of evolution, because some people do not have at all seeking, you know that. They are just seeking food to eat just like animals. Some people are seeking power. Some people are seeking money also. But there are so many people who are seeking something beyond. This seeking has come to us. And this seeking that has come to us has led us to some sort of a path by which we should find out. Now, you have seen with your naked eyes a Kundalini rising at my feet. You have seen the pulsation of the Kundalini taking place. that nobody can do. There is no mesmerism, nothing. When the Kundalini rises with the stethoscope, you can feel the rising of the Kundalini. With the rising of Kundalini, you have known that we have cured people of different diseases. Even a person who was just dying, whom doctor had decided that they are dead and to be buried very soon, have been cured. And it is so dynamic. The dynamism, I'll tell you, it's so dynamic. Like we can take the case of, say, his brother. That he was so very sick and they said he has got blood cancer, he's going to die within 8 days. I mean, he just told me this, that's all. And he's cured. Today, Linda told me that her mother was always angry with Peter. Where is she gone? Where is she? Linda? So, she told me that the mother would never talk to Peter. She was very angry with him always. She would never talk to him. But she told me all these things. And suddenly she found that now she's become very good and congenial and nice and talking. You have seen such transformations coming among many, many, many people. How people are changing, transforming. This is absolutely dynamic. You cannot do it. So many sick people are suddenly cured only through attention, you know. There must be something about it. And that is how you have to convince people about Sahaja. But after getting realization, you just see the Kundalini, you see the rising of the Kundalini, you also feel the vibrating force of Kundalini. You also see how you got cured, how you got out of your problems, how you were in trouble, what problems you had. You had seen all these things. And these things happened to you also. Some of you were drug addicts. Some of you were suffering from some mental troubles. Some were having physical problems. All these, you see, are cured and you are much better people now. This has happened to you very easily without much effort being put into it. It is not possible to get rid of these things easily. Definitely you can raise the Kundalini, you can feel the Kundalini. You know for definite that when you say that person has got this left Swadhisthana or anything, everybody says the same and you are sure of it. It is not possible for everyone to say the same thing, even the children saying the same thing about a person, and he says also it is verified. So, part of it comes to you in complete proof that there is something about it. Second part also comes to you as a proof because now you know there are vibrations flowing into it. There's no jugglery about it. And then you can feel it very clearly. You have raised the Kundalini of many people. You have given them realization. Even the photograph has given realization. You know for definite it is so. And also you know that if you want to ask any fundamental questions, you get answer as a great flow of vibration. So when you ask the question, Linda, come along. When you ask the question whether there is God, immediately you get tremendous vibrations proving that there is. You ask some questions which you know for definite and say, is it so? And you know that it is not so. Definitely, you do not get any vibrations. That's how relatively you know when do you get vibrations, when you don't get vibrations. If you ask a very big fundamental question, you get vibrations of a very strong nature. But in ordinary things, you might get a little. So it proves that the vibrations speak to you as vibrations. This should prove that there is God because you have asked on vibrations and you have found that there are vibrations and that there is God. Now, what happened in the case of Buddha? That he got realization as you got it. And he had no way of finding out whether there is God or not. So he said, there is no God, only there is self. But you have gone beyond it. So if you find 70% of the proof through your own experiencing it and raising of the Kundalini and all that, then the 30%, whatever it is to be ascertained through the vibrations. And when you ascertain it through the vibrations, for example, I say this is hot. How do I know? By feeling it itself, it is hot. Now, anything that makes me hot is hot. But relatively, I know this is hot, that is cold. In the same way, on vibrations also, you can ask various questions and find out yes and no. And then you can believe it that there is God Almighty and His all pervading power exists. Not only exists, but operates. The rest of it is all a myth. But when you rise in Sahaja, being Sahaja, we take it for granted. As we take everything for granted. All the trees growing, the mango tree giving a mango, guava tree only gives guavas. We never try to find out how in one little seed so much is built in, so much is programmed. We take it for granted, all these great miracles of the world. In the same way, we take this miracle also for granted. This is what Maya is, that it makes everything look so simple and straight. And you just start taking it for granted. Then you have to understand that it is not to be taken for granted. But is to be very much respected, worshipped, and accepted. The amount of preparation you have, the amount of strength you have, that is the amount of truth you are going to get. Truth also weighs you very clearly whether you can receive it or not. There is no diplomacy that can work this out. No cheating, nothing. Truth knows how far you are. The more you become stronger, the more the truth manifests through you and you receive the truth. Just now, some of you are still little babies of 3 months and 4 months and something like that. And still sometimes taken for granted. You do things which you should not do and harm yourself. It's only a question of harming yourself, not harming me or harming Sahaja Yoga, which cannot be harmed, but you harm yourself. So one has to be very careful and should understand the laws and regulations. As Gavin had read the last time, the statutes of God's laws. You must understand how it works. You cannot take law into your hands by taking it for granted. Law operates and it knows everything. It is a law of love.
त्वमेव साक्षात् श्रीकल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवे नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्रीकल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्षप्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देवे नमो नमः। श्री निर्मला देवी